We have a 2022 Ford Bronco Wildtrak. I'd like to thank Heller Ford for letting us borrow this for the weekend, and make sure you go check them out. They've got a lot of these Broncos at their dealership, along with F-150s and Raptors. Now, this Wildtrak is one of the most highly desired Broncos because it is the top trim. It's also one of the hardest to get because it does come with the Sasquatch package. You get these extra wide fenders, and then you also get these 35-inch tires with an increased lift. And that is one of the things that's been hardest to get on the Broncos and has been causing a lot of delays. What's cool about this one is in that Eruption Green, and I don't see this Eruption Green around very often. And it's really nice. It's really metallic. It's got a really good sparkle and flake to it. Coming around the front here, we have the Bronco front end. Now, this is a awesome looking front end. I love the way that it looks. It kind of goes retro back into that 50s and 60s style Bronco is what they were looking to go after. Now, this one here, this has this modular bumper, and you can add these pieces on here. Like this bull bar was actually added on, and it just bolts on to this, and that is an option. You can get those parts from Ford Accessories. We've got this gloss black grille and the Bronco white lettering, which I think is great. Now, that's the one disadvantage of getting some of these things on here, that it does block that front Bronco name, if that matters to you. We got LED lighting in the front. They are automatic, and they also do the dim and bright. This one also comes equipped with the 2.7 liter EcoBoost engine, which is a V6 with twin turbos. It puts out 315 horsepower and 410 foot-pounds of torque. Driving this, it seems like it's adequate, but I think they probably could have added a little more power into it. Now, the next thing we got to talk about is these mirrors. What Ford wanted to do was do something a little bit different than Jeep does. Jeep's mirrors are attached to the doors, so when you remove the doors, then the mirrors go away with it. Well, this way, these mirrors are mounted to the body. So that way, when you take your doors off, you still have your mirrors that you can see out of when you're driving down the road. This also was an added piece. I don't know if you want to call them luggage racks or you want to call them roof protectors, but you can actually tie down from here to here, and you can run like a steel cable or something like that to actually push the brush out of your way as you're going off-roading. This one does come with the modular top. So these centerpieces here remove off of the top of the driver and passenger. This other piece can also be removed, and then you can have it wide open. This does have a side step on it because it has an increased height, but it's really in an awkward spot. If you're gonna step on the step and you're gonna try to get in, if you step up, you can see how high it actually puts you, but the vehicle is too tall to almost not have a step. I'm 6 foot, and it's really hard for me to get in and out without using it, but it's just in an awkward spot to actually use it. So maybe you need to look at some different step rails, and maybe something that is more like a rock slider that has the footstep that drops out of it would be a lot handier. So coming around the back, we have a full-size spare tire, and there is a huge amount of room in this thing. I mean, look at that. That is massive. And yeah, I'm just kidding. It's not very big. It's maybe 3.5 feet wide, a couple feet deep, and that's really all you got. Now, the seats do go down, so you do get a little bit more room if you need it. And this just lifts up like this, and yeah, so you can see not much space in this two-door Bronco, but I think the two-door Bronco looks better. It's probably better on the trails because it's smaller and it can make those turns a little tighter than the four-door one. But yeah, you're gonna sacrifice a little bit of storage space. Okay, so you can see we're in a little bit of tight quarters in here. It seems a little bit narrow for the size of the outside of it. So I'm not sure what is taking up so much room, but you can see we just have a small little console right here doesn't have a whole lot of space down inside of it. We also have the 12-inch screen. It's really good. It goes right through the features very, very quickly. There is zone lighting with this one. You also can access your 360 camera, and that is really nice. You can actually see the vehicle above you, and you can also see this is your backup camera. You can pull up your front camera so you can see in front of you, and then you've got a wide view of what's in front of you. That's pretty nice. They work really well. It's really quick. Up here we have your front locker, your rear locker, and then you also have the trail turn assist, and you've got traction control and your hazard buttons there. Now, one thing that's cool that Ford has been doing with the Bronco, and they did it with the Raptor also, is they give you all of these auxiliary buttons, which is nice because if you add in extra lighting, then you already have the switches here. So then they don't have to wire buttons or switches and put holes in places for switches. So that's an awesome feature. They're easily flippable and flip them all off. The one thing I don't like is that you're going to have to probably label them if you put a bunch of them in here, because there's no way to label which one is what. So you're going to have to put some type of a label up here, I guess. The steering wheel, it's nice. It's a good size. It's a little bit smaller than I think the Raptor steering wheel was, but it's good. It's comfortable. It's nice and soft. You've got all of your menu buttons right here, and then on this side is all of your driver assistance buttons. This does have lane keep assist, but it does not have lane centering. The lane centering comes with the Lux package, which also includes your adaptive cruise and a heated steering wheel, and the Lux package has also been a problem getting the vehicles out because of microchips and stuff like that. So a lot of people have dropped the Lux package off of their vehicles just so that they can get them built. This one just has a manual adjustable steering. The one thing with the driver instrument panel that we have noticed, I'm a little confused of why you have this center one, and here shows your lane keep assist, and this is your speedometer. So you have your speedometer and you have your RPMs next to it. Why do we also have to have a standard speedometer? I don't understand that one and why it's there. Everything else is already here. On this side, you've got your fuel economy and your trip through your menu and all those things. There's your off-road. If you switch into for high or for low, it's going to pop up here and show you that. You know, everything else is here, your tire pressure. So I don't understand the point of having an analog speedometer. Well, on there also. Down below here we have the stereo buttons, which are really nice to have those as separate buttons, and your camera button. You also have your auto start stop button that you can shut that off, since we know how much people hate that. And then you got dual zone climate control down here, which is nice. So you have a small little cubby hole down here, and it does not have a wireless charging pad in it. That is part of the Lux package also. And then you have your gear shifter here, and then right here is where you have your GOAT modes. So you also have your 2 high, 4 high, 4 automatic, and 4 low, and then you have your GOAT modes that you can switch through. And this one here has normal, eco, sport, slippery, mud and ruts, sand, and Baja. So that's pretty cool. It does not have rock crawl because this model is not made technically for the rock crawling part of off-roading. It's more for that Baja style, the high-speed off-roading. If you want the rock crawling type of Bronco, then you want to get the Badlands. Other than that, we've just got a couple cup holders right here. That is pretty much it here in the front. The one thing is that your window controls are actually in the center console here instead of on your doors, because when you remove the doors, then there's less electronic stuff that you have to disconnect to take the doors off. Most of this up here is just a very thin, cheap, I think, not that great plastic. I would prefer something a little bit better than that, especially in this price point of this vehicle, which does start out at $49,780. This one as equipped is about $54,000. So I think it should have had a little bit higher quality material in here. The stereo in this is not the best. That's another thing in the Luxe package that it has the B&O upgraded system. But this one is not the best because of the amount of wind noise from this roof. You get into a windy day, it's really hard to hear the stereo. You really have to turn it up high. Now, this is going to be a lot quieter than with the soft top, and it does have insulation on here to help with that. Now, since this one actually removes, it's very easy. There are just a few clips here and a couple here, and then that you can take those off just like T-tops. And then this back piece will also dismount by taking out a few bolts. And then you have a great convertible Bronco that you can drive around in the summer. Well, thanks for being here with me. I hope I gave you enough information on all of this, and I will see you in the next one.